The rise of mycelium materials, building the future with mushrooms. Imagine this, a skyscraper that grows like a mushroom. No, I'm not talking about some science fiction movie. We're talking about the future of construction, where mycelium, yes, the very same material that grows beneath mushrooms, could become the next big thing in building materials. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that this isn't just some far-off dream? In fact, the rise of mycelium materials is already happening, and it could change the way we live, build, and interact with the world around us. So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the exciting, sustainable, and surprisingly powerful world of mycelium. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at a mushroom the same way again. What exactly is mycelium? Before we get into how this material could revolutionize construction, let's first take a moment to understand what mycelium really is. Picture the internet, but for the underground world of fungi. Mycelium is the root system of mushrooms, a network of thread-like structures that spread through soil or other organic materials. It's what allows mushrooms to grow and thrive, decomposing organic matter along the way. But here's where it gets interesting. Mycelium has properties that could make it an ideal material for building. It's light, strong, and completely biodegradable. Imagine having a building material that grows itself and doesn't harm the environment in the process. This is the kind of innovation we're talking about when it comes to mycelium. And it's not some distant fantasy anymore. In fact, the technology to harness mycelium as a building material is already here. Sustainability, the key to the future. As the world faces climate change, resource depletion, and environmental degradation, sustainability is no longer just a buzzword, it's a necessity. Mycelium offers a green alternative to traditional construction materials like concrete and steel. Unlike these materials, which are energy-intensive to produce and have massive carbon footprints, mycelium is renewable, biodegradable, and requires minimal energy to cultivate. In fact, some researchers believe that mycelium could help reduce the construction industry's carbon footprint by as much as 80%. Imagine replacing toxic, polluting building materials with something that grows from the ground, requiring nothing more than organic waste to thrive. And the best part? It's not just eco-friendly, it's practical. Mycelium-based materials can be grown to specific shapes and densities, making them ideal for everything from insulation to structural elements. So, while the world scrambles to find solutions for sustainability, mycelium is quietly emerging as one of the frontrunners. Mycelium in action. How it's used in construction. Now let's talk about how mycelium is actually being used in construction today. Believe it or not, it's already being put to work in a variety of ways. Take mycocomposite, for example. Developed by the company Ecovative, this material uses mycelium to bind organic waste like sawdust or rice husks into solid, sturdy composites that can be used for everything from furniture to packaging. These materials are shockingly strong and lightweight, and they're being used to create everything from bricks to insulation panels. In fact, several architecture firms are experimenting with growing mycelium-based materials into entire buildings. One notable project is the Fungi Mutarium, a growing installation designed by architect Simone Giostra, which aims to use mycelium as a primary building component. It's still in its early stages, but this is a prototype that proves the potential of mycelium as an alternative to traditional construction materials. The possibilities here are endless. The technology behind mycelium. Materials. So, how exactly do we turn mycelium into usable building materials? The process begins with growing the material in controlled environments. Mycelium, as it grows, can bind itself to various organic materials like straw, hemp, or sawdust. Over time, these organic materials fuse together, creating a solid mass that can be molded into different shapes. Once it's fully grown, the material is dried and solidified, making it durable and ready for use in construction. The beauty of this process is that it's scalable, meaning we can produce large quantities of mycelium-based materials quickly and efficiently, without sacrificing quality or performance. Plus, mycelium grows incredibly fast. Within just a few weeks, you can have a fully formed material that's ready to use. This kind of speed and scalability makes mycelium an attractive option for the construction industry. which has long been stuck using slow, resource-heavy production methods. In essence, mycelium is challenging the very idea of what we consider manufactured materials. Durability and strength, mycelium's hidden superpowers. Let's talk about strength. You might be thinking, mushrooms? Durable? Really? But here's the thing. Mycelium materials are surprisingly strong, and in some cases they can even outperform traditional building materials in certain contexts. When properly treated and cultivated, mycelium-based materials can be more durable than wood and, in some cases, even concrete. For instance, mycelium insulation panels have been found to perform exceptionally well in terms of thermal resistance, keeping buildings cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Plus, because mycelium is lightweight, it's easier to transport and work with, reducing costs and energy usage during construction. In short, mycelium isn't just sustainable, it's also strong, resilient, and capable of meeting the needs of modern architecture. Biodegradability, the end of the waste crisis? One of the most compelling aspects of mycelium materials is their ability to biodegrade. In a world that's drowning in plastic and construction waste, mycelium offers a refreshing solution. Since it's made from organic materials, mycelium decomposes naturally, breaking down into the earth without leaving harmful residues behind. Unlike conventional building materials like plastic or metal, which can take hundreds of years to decompose and cause environmental damage in the process, mycelium is part of a natural cycle. So, when it's no longer needed, it can simply be returned to the soil, enriching it rather than polluting it. Imagine entire neighborhoods made of materials that, when their time is up, simply fade back into the earth. That's the power of mycelium. The challenges and what's next for mycelium. While the potential of mycelium materials is undoubtedly exciting, it's not without its challenges. For one, large-scale production is still in its early stages. While prototypes and small projects are moving forward, there's still a long way to go before mycelium can fully compete with traditional materials in terms of scalability and cost-effectiveness. Additionally, there are concerns about how well mycelium will perform over long periods, especially in extreme weather conditions. But here's the silver lining. The technology behind mycelium is evolving rapidly. Researchers and innovators are already working on ways to increase the material's durability and versatility. The more we learn about mycelium's properties, the more we're able to manipulate and optimize it for different construction needs. This is just the beginning, and as the technology matures, we can expect to see even more breakthroughs in the coming years. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on the latest breakthroughs in science, technology, and sustainable living. Mycelium is just the start, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.